I never really hear you raise critical questions of anything that President Trump is doing. Why is the House not in session? You said that we should view fellow Americans not as our enemies, but as our fellow countrymen.
Yeah, I've never called anybody an enemy, but we call out...
Hate America rally or, Antifa, pro-Hamas, those are enemies.
Well,
I want to start the day with a few clips of MAGA Mike Johnson on ABC as he continues his media tour trying to defend this Trump-led, MAGA-led shutdown of the government. So take a moment, leave us a like on the video if you can. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get right to the discussion.
You not only talked about anarchists, Antifa advocates, pro-Hamas wing, and you said this is the modern Democratic Party. But I remember not that long ago what you said after the murder of Charlie Kirk, when you said that we should view fellow Americans not as our enemies, but as our fellow countrymen.
yeah, I've never called anybody an enemy, but we call out...
Hate America rally or, Antifa, pro-Hamas, those are enemies.
Well, there were a lot of hateful messages yesterday. I mean, we have video and photos.
Right. I mean, the No Kings rally were a massive and peaceful success. Unlike January 6th, the liberals again showing you how to exercise your free speech rights. But you now the move is to pivot to whatever else you can. I see people saying, oh, where were these liberal crowds during the hurricanes? There's this kind of thing that Mike Johnson is saying. And the host is exactly right? These clowns just spent weeks talking about turning down the rhetoric, about how you shouldn't have divisive rhetoric that makes the other side look like the enemies, only to turn around and show that they are the only side who does that. They were just doing the accusation as a confession thing. Again, just revealing they're the ultimate cry bullies when they feel like the victim, when they don't have the power. They want all of the sympathy, but then they'll dance on your grave when they have power over you. The truth is, millions of Americans wanted to demonstrate their unhappiness with this corrupt and failed administration that was across political lines, not because they hate America, not because they're Marxists, and not because they were paid by George Soros or whatever other pathetic line of cope these clowns want to come up with, but because MAGA is antithetical to everything that America stands for, and they're destroying our economy.
Why is the House not in session? I mean, I covered day to day those previous shutdowns, including the one you mentioned in 2013. I recall there were House hearings during that shutdown about how President Obama was handling the shutdown.
Yeah.
Why is the House not in session as this is
The
happening?
House did its job. Exactly a month ago today, on September 19th, we passed the clean resolution. The continued resolution would keep the lights on, keep the government working for the people. By the way, keep Border Patrol agents paid, our troops paid, air traffic controllers, all the rest, all the services that go to veterans and young women who need nutrition assistance for their infants.
Notice how he again skirts the actual question here. It's a theme with MAGA of why the House isn't in session when they have been for plenty of other sessions. You see a similar response when MAGA is asked about the thousands of federal workers that they've laid off in the shutdown, the entirety of special education offices, mind you. It's just, oh, well, the Democrats shut down the government, so we had to, and talking point. But it doesn't address that there is plenty of work the House still could be doing that they're choosing not to. Layoffs are never necessary. They're choosing to do them. They're choosing to lay off special education workers, right? Instead, it just seems like Johnson has been told to protect the Epstein files at all costs, and he's clearly doing just that.
But oversight, I mean, I never really hear you raise critical questions of anything that President Trump is doing. Do you, at least in private, raise issues with
Yes, this is what unified government looks like. The president and I
well, unified government doesn't
sometimes
mean you're all in
multiple times every day.
lockstep. Sometimes, I mean, Congress is still a check on the executive branch.
Congress is
even
more
when
than a
it's the
check
same.
on the executive branch. We're the Article I body in the Constitution.
Yeah.
We have a preeminent responsibility, and I take that seriously.
I mean, does anybody think this spineless coward has ever questioned anything Trump has done? I'm sure him and the other Republicans have just magically 180'd on numerous positions as a coincidence and not because Trump told them to do so behind closed doors and has fired every single person that won't listen to him. They're doing oversight. They just, happen to agree with Trump's overstepping of the Constitution, of co-equal branches, of taking money for pardons, of using his office to enrich himself and his family. All of that is okay by them, but they're doing oversight. But it's not okay when they make it up to pretend that Democrats are doing it. I mean, it's insane. And they bring, 16 impeachment resolutions against Biden? I mean, it's insane how none of these clowns even care about their image. They're throwing it all away and exposing themselves as liars and hypocrites in the name of Donald Trump.